Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Turnpike Mike. I'm here with Andrew. I'm here with Luis. Guys, it's been a long time. I hope you guys are doing well. Please leave a like, subscribe if you guys like the content, and we'll try to be posting more regularly. Guys, how you guys doing?
I'm
Doing
doing well.
great, man.
I'm excited. I'm excited to be back. I'm excited for this weekend, man. I'm excited, even though it's gonna be tough, but let's get it.
Yeah, I mean, first things first, we're gonna go straight to it. Um, let's talk about the North London Derby. First of all, how confident are you guys in your respective teams? Um, going into the Derby. Let's start with you, Andrew.
I don't know if confidence the word that to describe Tottenham anymore, but I was confident the past couple of years, and they've let me down. So here we are. But the system is a million times better. I believe in the system. The system is very good. So as long as we can keep getting the players in the right position, that is going to be ideal, especially with everything that has conspired this past couple of weeks, and now what's leading us to a North London Derby that's going to be a little different than what we've seen in the past for sure. Um, I would say I'm like 6 out of 10 for my confidence level because it's still Arsenal, it's still a North London Derby. You absolutely don't know what's about to happen,
Yeah,
and you know what I mean. But I mean, we definitely have a lot more fit players. I know we'll get to that here, but we have a better starting 11. I would assume than Arsenal will.
I that was going to be my follow up question. It's the Derby is one of those games where form kind of goes out the window. Are you confident that you guys with your starting 11, like you said, you alluded to, obviously we know Arsenal's going to be without Rice, without Odegaard. Does that play a big factor in this game?
I mean, it should. It absolutely should. This game went to probably being a little bit more end to end to something that we saw last spring, or I guess this past spring, that we were dominating and you guys were trying to hit the counterattack. Dominating in terms of possession. We were on y'all's end, and then boom, have a rapid response. But I mean, first off, not having Odegaard is going to be huge in the terms of trying to get the ball up to that next level to your wingers, so and forwards. But for what it's worth, I mean, having a fit Mickey would be huge. I think that's going to allow us to keep all that pressure down at the other end and allow y'all to counterattack whenever y'all want.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we'll see, man. It's going to be a dangerous game.
With that, I'm gonna pass it to Luis. Luis, how do you feel? Honestly, I mean, obviously we know the injuries. How do you feel? How confident are you?
I'm this confident. We're gonna be winning 2-0. Um,
He showed the injury.
Even with the injury. Nah, man, it's realistically speaking, it's gonna be tough. It is a derby at the end of the day. We are missing Rice, we are missing Odegaard, and that was my biggest fear. Once Odegaard got hurt, we really have no one in his spot. Yeah, we have Ethan. I'm excited. He's a baller. I mean, he's been showing out for the unders. Even in preseason, he showed out. I saw him in England with the under 17s. You know, putting in work. I think we'll still win, man. Just because everyone's gonna be upset from that last result, that red card. Not gonna get into that. Whatever it happened. Double yellow cards, whatever, with the right situation. Um, Spurs haven't been in the best moment. They've been struggling, and I get it. It is a derby, but I do think we'll come out and win, man. We're gonna be hungry. They're gonna be fucking mad, from the last result. We didn't lose, but nowadays, a point, we'll get mad about a point. If you asked me a few seasons ago, I'll be happy as shit if we got a point with 10 men down. We were up in that game and we ended up getting a result, I guess. But in terms of what we're trying to achieve, it was an L, in my books. But I think we'll win, man. I'm excited, dude. But even with those injuries and, I don't even know who we're going to play. But I mean, we'll get into that after. But I
Yeah,
think we'll win.
that's literally my follow up question. I mean, you're right on it. Who do you wish or hope starts? I know people have alluded to Ethan coming in, and they might be his coming out party. I understand that there's other clubs in the world. Imagine like Yamal for Barca, who got a chance a lot earlier. There's a reason why he was the youngest player to ever debut in the Prem. Is that someone you see coming in? Do you want more experience with Jorginho? I know Zinni's played in midfield for his country. Is that something that you would want to see? What would you like? What would you like to see?
So, I mean, my dream would be for Ethan to start, and just fucking ball out and, do what Fabregas did in the past, when he was 17 years old and fucking go ham and go crazy, right? In that midfield. But at the end of the day, like, it's going to be tough. I don't see Arteta throwing him in as a starter in a derby like this, North London derby to be said, like it's not a video game, I mean, it might happen. I don't know how practice is going. I don't know what they've been, practicing, but there's literally no one else in that role that could play. If we play Partey or Jorginho in the middle, that's two sixes, that I don't know. I think maybe. I know last game it was because they were down a man. Timber could play that role in the
Yeah.
midfield.
Mm-hmm.
If that's something that's, and with the whole Zenny situation, I've been saying try that man's out left center mid because he's not a good defender, right? But at least he'll be a good creator. He's very technical, probably the most technical player on the team besides Odegaard. And I don't know. He's never done it for some reason. He does it for Ukraine all the time, and he plays well. At least a few times that I've seen their games, but I don't know why Arteta doesn't do it. He's been coaching Zinni for the longest, and all depends. Also, I heard Jesus is back in training. I don't know how confident and how how he feels about playing 90 minutes. If it's different scenarios, if Jesus is fit to start, then you put Jesus up top and you put Havertz in the middle as an 8, and then you put Partey and it's still it's hard, man. I think
Because it's not his best position. You're right.
not his best position, but at the end of the day, I think it'll probably, if you want to go offensively, then you'll put Havertz in that midfield. But it's probably most likely gonna be Partey, uh, Jorginho, and I don't even know who, man. It's tough. Like, yeah,
Yeah, exactly. It's thin.
it's tough.
It's got to be Havertz. Got to be Havertz, man. Havertz got to be at the end.
Sorry to interrupt you,
If
but
Jesus, yes,
yeah.
That was my question. Was, hey, I don't know, and I haven't seen an actual injury report for y'all because anyway, I didn't know if he was going to play or not. If Jesus is fit, I think he should start, and then you have Truss on one side, Saka on the other. I think that would probably be your best. But
that's the other thing. Trossard could play a false 9, and he's done it before. And then you drop Havertz on the 8 role.
We're dominating that midfield, no matter what. We're dominating that midfield.
I mean, I see it, but you guys have holes, and I think we could explode, especially if we have Martinelli and Saka. Like, dude,
I want Martinelli out there. Give me Martinelli, baby.
Oh, bro, you're gonna eat your words up, my guy. I promise.
Yeah, baby. Maybe.
Maybe. And honestly, I mean, before we move on, because Andrew, I have a question. Luis, how concerned are you with the injuries? Because I know we have one of the smallest teams in the league. You have champions coming up. You have all these domestic cups coming up. 22-man roster. That's very small in comparison to games have to be played. And you already have Mourinho injured, Calafiori's injured, Odegaard's injured. How concerning is that? Especially with trying to chase a title-winning Man City.
Dude, very concerning, bro. Like, it's tough. I was excited when Merino signed because we definitely needed help in that midfield. And this conversation would have been so much different. I would have been 100% confident in winning this game, But, like, even the Calafiori injury, like, that changes the whole dynamic because, even if you want to experiment and put Timber in the midfield, now you're going to have to, I don't know if they trust Zinni, to play that left-back role. So I'm very concerned because we play this derby game, and then on Thursday we play Atalanta in the Champions League, and then after that, I think it's a City game. Dude, that schedule is all – it's compact and it's tough. And if we don't get results now, these are the games that come and bite you in the butt at the end of the season. It's very concerning, and they should have signed someone else, man. Especially for Odegaard. Like, I get it. You want to give Ethan a chance, and I'm sure he's gonna be an amazing player because he already is. But letting go of Fabio Vieira, letting go of all these other players and only bringing in Merino and Calafiori, like that's why when I did a whole transfer, I gave him a D or an F. I can't remember, just because even with Merino and everything, like, it's not enough. It wasn't enough. And, we were missing a striker. I mean, even though Havertz put up goals and numbers, but I feel like now with Eddie leaving, I really felt like we were going to sign someone,
Yeah.
But So I think it's gonna bite us in the ass, honestly. I know January is coming around, but if you don't get results now, at this moment before January, and yeah, I know we get an international break in a few weeks, and then that's gonna help us out, recoup back some of the players that were like missing out. But it's I think it's gonna hurt us, man, a
Yeah.
lot.
Arsenal lately haven't been known for making too many moves in January too. So I'm interested to see what Arsenal decide to do in January. Andrew, you had something?
Ever since we started doing this, I've been telling y'all that y'all's squad needs to be expanded. Y'all keep writing on these starting 11 and just hoping they're going to be alive every single week to get in and play. And now here we are. That's how lucky you guys are. And I keep saying you guys are lucky, and you guys don't believe me, but you guys are so freaking lucky that you guys can play your same team week in and week out. Here you are now, though. Here we are, and we'll see what happens.
And
You
I
guys will
think,
eventually will be fine, but man,
yeah.
dude, selling ESR, like holy cow! What are you
Oh,
gonna
we have
get?
Sterling now too. I forgot we have Sterling.
Sterling.
Oh wow, I
So
haven't
I mean,
talked about Sterling this whole
I
time.
think honestly, it might not be
That's
the
bad.
outgoings may not even be the issue for the general
Yeah,
fans
but that's a winger.
that are Arsenal fans. The
Yeah.
outgoings weren't necessarily the issue; it was the incomings. It's like if you're going to let all those people walk away, you should have some people coming in. And like you said, I mean, we're Sterling's in there, Mourinho and Calafiori. It's the striker, didn't replace the striker, and so I'm curious to see what's going to happen there.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be tough, man. I'm actually excited for Sterling, dude.
Mhm.
He's a good player. I mean, he still produces numbers, even with a Chelsea squad that struggled last year. He still put up a whole bunch of good numbers, And then I think in this system, he'll definitely succeed. Maybe it pushes Martinelli to lift up his head. Like honestly, because that man's dribbles with his head down, and that's just depressing. Throw him up top or some shit, dude. Like
Yeah, people were saying they were seeing that training video that they had. They were like, Martinelli's already playing with his head up.
the first training session that Sterling had, Martinelli had one up. I was like, oh
Yeah,
man,
nah,
man's it shook.
as it should, honestly. So honestly, the next question I had for you, Andrew, was based off Postacoglu's comments. Solanke is training with the team today. How do you feel? How do you feel about that?
We'll see about Big Dom. And just pretty truthful, unlike other managers. Cough cough. Leicester City saying that Vardy was not healthy and he came and scored against us. We'll see what actually conspires there, but I do believe Mickey is good to go. He pretty much has been practicing all throughout the international break. So that's a good thing. I don't know about Dom though. We'll see. Personally, if Dom is there, this game is a completely different game. It's going to allow Son to be on the left wing and whoever he wants to put on the right wing. It doesn't really matter at that point. But without Dom, dang, this game becomes just that much more like on the edge.
Mm-hmm.
Having Son play down the middle, not ideal. We already know that Richie is not going to be available. So yeah, it's real. I don't know.
I think
We'll see when we see that lineup.
watching the one game I saw Solanke, service was there. He was getting service all day long, and I
He
think
just needed to put it in the nets.
Yeah, once the form catches up, it'll be scary. And me personally, I hope he doesn't play. But obviously, that was my other question for you. Like in that same topic, do you with a game of such high intensity, do you want to risk re-injuring?
Yeah, absolutely.
80. Okay, okay. This is like
okay. This is the Super Bowl. Okay, I don't know how you guys know about it, but this is the Super Bowl for us. Damn it! All right, we are gonna. you know what I mean? Like, look at what happened during the spring. Right, we played, got a result, and then guess what? All we had to go do was go beat City for you guys to win the title. But every single game that we play. Hey, listen, he had something in the back of his ear being, hey, you got to miss this. Okay. So they're always important. So no matter what, I want to absolutely win. And that's actually that same game, Ange got onto a fan that was chirping behind our benches like, hey, lose. And he's like, I can see where your mentality is. I'm here to win every single game. And I think we need to have that mentality. We have a lot better of a chance to win with Dom at striker. So I want Dom at striker 1000%. It has been sad to see Son play at striker because it's not good. It's not good at all. So we'll see. I mean, our win percentage definitely goes up with Dom in the starting lineup. If it doesn't, then I could see for us trying to get a draw at the end of the game. Maybe bringing them on in the last 10 minutes or so to try to get a draw, which would not be ideal. We want to win at home.
And that was, you just alluded to wanting to win at home. How important is this game for, this, Spurs? Like you said, it's the Super Bowl. Like, is it more important for Arsenal to win this or Spurs to win this?
Absolutely, Arsenal. You guys want to win a title, right? So this is another step to win that title. You have to win these games. Not winning any game is going to be absolutely detrimental. We've seen that again. Not even just you guys last year. Look at Liverpool when they had 90 some points and they still couldn't win the league. So every single game is a lot more important to you guys than it is to us. We'll allude to why later because you're going to ask a question later. And I'm going to tell you why it's not as important to win this game as it is maybe future games down the road. But to this point, it's more about bragging rights and trying to get our mental state back in after dominating Newcastle and only taking out 0 points out of there. So that's unacceptable.
100%. With that, I'm going to ask you guys, we'll run the combined 11 now. I'm going to ask you guys, who you guys would pick in your combined 11. Let's stick to players that are fit, or Mickey can be involved. Obviously, Odegaard can't. Let's start at the goalkeeper position. Who would you guys pick?
I mean, it's tough. It's tough either way because I think both goalkeepers have been actually pretty much in form. Obviously, Raya has been doing it a little bit longer here in the Prem. And he had a brilliant save with his big toe. I don't know how he kept that in. I was watching that game, hate watching. But obviously, the edge out a little bit for Raya just because of the corner concern with Venom. He's been a little shaky when it comes to set pieces. I mean, I'll give you the goalkeeper, even though I still truly believe that Vicario is a better goalie. But I think stopping goals, Raya has been absolutely phenomenal this year. But I think that's kind of an easier one. But
yeah, last year some people may have considered it for you, but this year, like you said, I mean, this year Raya's been playing out of his mind, and there's a lot of games that have been on Raya's back. Last year, maybe there was games where he didn't have much to do, so where you didn't really get to see the quality in his shot stopping ability. But this year, a lot of games have come down to the wire because Raya has made the stop at the end of the game. So, Luis, do you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree, man. Raya, just because not only speaking from last year, we're having the most clean sheets, and I understand that also comes as a team basis and it comes with defense. But the fact that when you have a team like Arsenal dominating possession, right, and don't get shot at on goal a lot, being a goalkeeper in a team like that, it's so much harder to be on your toes and try to make a stop that came out of nowhere than it is when a team like Tottenham that get a little more exposed and, get shots attempted at more than Arsenal does. So I think it praises all to Raya because honestly, like that last game when they had like that one chance that you mentioned, Andrew, it wasn't like, even when we were down to 10 men, like, or whatever, like he still, we still created chances and he still had an amazing save that, like, I think, I don't know. I mean, he is short for a goalkeeper, but he still, he finds a way. I mean, I wasn't very convinced at the beginning, like last year, but he still finds a way, even one or two chances, like he pulls them out. And, being a goalkeeper, you're getting shot at a lot. Like, obviously, you're going to look good and make a whole bunch of saves.
Yeah.
But if you're only getting shot at twice and you don't make those saves, and that's totally different. But he does. He steps up when he's needed.
That's true, 100%. Let's move on to right back. Who would you guys do? Who would you guys choose for right back?
Luis, why don't you start this one because I'm going to have some closing arguments for you.
So I want to go with Benny Blanco, right? Obviously, because he plays really well with Saka on that right side, and he's been performing week in and week out. But I'm gonna have to fuck.
let him do it. Let him do it. Because Porro's been out of his mind.
Porro's been balling out. I'm not balling out. I think the thing with Porro is he's more of a threat offensively than Ben White probably is. So if we're thinking of a right wing back, then definitely Porro. But I think we're playing a four at the back formation. So if you're giving me a right back that's able to be versatile, I think Benny Blanco gives you that more of a versatility than Porro does. Not saying that Porro is not a great player; he's an amazing player, but I think Porro is a better right wing back than he is a right back.
I
He's
think that's
better going forward than Benny Blanco is. So I don't know. It's tough. I'm gonna have to give it to you because I don't want it to be all
Well,
outside.
because dude, it's tough, man. It is tough, and I'll give you that. But I will also say that Pedro has done a lot better in his defensive work rate. Even this year, he's stopped a couple counterattacks coming back from literally a number 10 position all the way back to stop a play. He didn't really do that a lot last year. There was a lot of times he was just like, I'm just gonna give up and like track back a little bit. Now this year, you can see that extra effort is kind of going in. Yeah, I won't really touch too much about it because yeah, honestly, I'm sorry, but Poro's just outpour of goal contribution right now is just it's there on paper.
What
So
happened when you used to be glazing my boy Emerson?
yeah. That boy.
hey, I love that man. He's just trash.
That's
He's
funny.
just trash.
I mean,
I'll give you
Yeah,
that though. I mean,
yeah.
he looked good and he's got the flair, but he's just yeah no.
Yeah,
Even
a lot of
Milan
teams were
hates him
linked to
already.
a lot of teams were linked to Emerson. So, Spurs weren't the only teams that were
I know.
that rated it.
Barcelona kid.
I was gonna say, yeah, I agree with Lisa's point. I think honestly, offensively, he brings a lot. I think didn't he hasn't Porter had a goal disallowed too,
All right.
or no?
Porter takes
He has one
more
goal.
shots.
I know he has one goal for sure this season.
What I
And an
do notice
assist.
is on him have set plays like corner kicks that
Hmm.
look for Porro to take a shot like outside the box.
Yeah. Yeah. We've been doing a lot of short first man right to him to get it into the box, kind of like
Always,
a
always bet on that man to shoot, bro.
dude.
Always. That's the
Literally.
only reason I know.
All right, yeah. Let's move on so we don't. Let's
Yeah,
move.
I know. We're gonna dwell on.
First center back. Who we thinking?
All right, so we saw a nice little diagram of stats and comparing and contrasting a lot of people. It is really tough because our systems are so much different to even like look at quote unquote stats. I'm going to be quick with it. I think I will give you Saliba, but I think Mickey has to be the left center back. I just think he fits that role better. But I understand. I also think that Kuti is a better defender than Mickey and Gabriel. So, like, I mean, the ideal partnership, sorry, would be Kuti and Saliba. But just in forms of how football works, I'll give you Saliba on the right, but Mickey has to be playing on the left. But that's just me personally. I just think that Mickey is an absolute monster. And if he was in your guys' system and formations, no one would stop him. He would have like acres of time to run by somebody. Like now he's waiting for the ball to be played in a Tottenham stance where he would be waiting for a player to move in an Arsenal. So it would be deadly. He would be deadly in an Arsenal system right now. But that's just me personally.
Luis, what do you think?
It has to be Saliba, and I mean, I really don't care about my center backs moving forward and trying to dribble everybody and trying to get shots. Honestly, I want my defenders to stick to defending, and I mean, Gabriel. I know he gets respected a lot, and he was part of the defense with the most clean sheets and the least amount of goals allowed last season, and he's been doing it again and again. I've seen Romero mess up a lot. He just gets that flair because he's Argentinian. He's a dirty player. I'm gonna stick with Saliba for sure, but I guess I'll give you Mickey. Because he's fast, and I mean I'm sure he'll. I just can't. I don't know. Romero doesn't do it for me. I think he gets exposed. It's like the other Argentinian. What's his face? Lisandro
Yeah.
Martinez.
The hammer. What was they call him? Not the hammer. They call the butcher.
Butcher. I don't know. I guess we'll just stick with just to keep it like fast and paced. We'll keep with Saliba and Mickey.
Okay,
The
and
one thing really quickly I'll say to move on is what's Gabriel's next move and what's Mickey's next move. And that should tell you what the different levels of players because I can't see Gabriel going to another better team than Arsenal after Arsenal, but I can see Mickey going to a world class team. That's all I got to say about that. But sure.
all right, we'll leave that argument for another day.
Yeah,
I feel like
exactly.
I feel like
What?
Keep that in your
like
back
to argue
pocket.
that. I don't know. But we'll leave it for another day.
Yes,
Left
we
back
will.
Udogie or I mean I think Arsenal. We play a lot of different left backs. What are you thinking, Luis?
I don't even know, bro, because I can't even give you a name. Like,
like
definitely
7-Eleven.
not Zinchenko, bro. If we're talking Zinchenko, then, bro, you could give me fucking Udugi or whatever. What's that man's name?
Doggy,
Yeah, Destiny and Dogi. And
Uh,
Dogi. And Dogi.
Ndogi. Okay, so Ndogi gets the nod.
So, look, if it's Timber or California, we can't even say much about California because he hasn't
They
played a whole
hurt.
80
That's the
minutes in the
problem. They
league.
hurt.
I
And
mean,
he's
both
hurt.
of them, though. Both of them. Both of them.
But Timber's a way better left back, even though he's freaking playing on the opposite side than Udogi is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go with
Yeah.
Timber, bro. I'm gonna have to go with Timber. And dude, he's a fucking baller, bro.
For sure. And I never disagree with you. The only thing I slightly disagree with, if this was last year, Destiny clears, right? Destiny clears. But he has had some struggles coming back from his injury. And in these past couple games, he's literally gotten beat. He played great for Italy, but he doesn't play good right now for us. So we will see. I will give you Timber because I do generally believe he is a good talent. I do believe that he can play anywhere in the back five, if not even the holding midfielder. Like you've alluded before. I'll give you that, but I do think that Destiny is future like best left back in the Premier League. But hey,
I give you guys props. It looks like it's 2-2 for that defense. So good job there. Let's move on to that midfield. Obviously, Arsenal are a little thin right now at the moment. Who are the three midfielders,
yeah.
as you guys are thinking? You can
Really quickly
want.
before we go on, I want to let you know that Basuma may not play.
Okay.
Now, I would say that probably in that holding position without Rice, Basuma is probably the second best holding position, holding midfielder, sorry, in that position between the two. But without that being said, it is going to be kind of a tough thing to say because even Thomas doesn't even look good there. But you
Yeah,
know,
dude. Thomas has looked like crap this whole fucking season. He looked like crap last season when he got to play a little bit. I can't even defend him. I mean, if we're
yeah,
talking Declan, then he's not even playing that six. If it was Declan wasn't suspended, he wasn't going to be playing that six role regardless. He was going to be playing that eight role.
mm-hmm.
But speaking now, like I still think Partey is better than Bissouma.
But Pasuma's hurt too, so I think you got to give the nod to
Yeah,
Park.
Basuma is a game time decision. Honestly, why would you not? Why would we not put Jorginho there? I
Because he
think
hasn't been playing. He hasn't been playing.
He hasn't
I
played.
mean, but he's going to be playing. He's going to be playing.
And this is the interesting thing too, because this is where, like Luis was alluding to earlier, do you move Zinni obviously to the
Yeah.
midfield, right? Like we can't even put those players in as an option because they don't play that position. Havertz hasn't played in midfield, so it's hard to have an argument there. But I mean, Partey is the choice at the six for you guys at the moment.
I mean that, or crazy enough, Archie Gray, but we'll see. He hasn't really proved himself 100% in the Premier League. What do you mean? Who? The 18-year-old wonder kid that we signed for 45 million. Like, come on now. You're laughing. That man is a baller. But hey, I'll give you guys your I can't say the word on this. I'll give you your blank midfielder.
Mic drop.
But
keep it YouTube appropriate, sir.
Exactly.
Let's move on. Who's the left center mid?
Fuck, I don't even know at this point, bro.
Well, I mean, so obviously, Matters will be in that conversation. I mean, he's definitely actually turned it around a little bit this year. He's actually looked really good. Now he hasn't really got that goal and that he's got an assist, but he hasn't really got that 100% like stat line where you're like, oh yeah, clear. But he has visually looked a lot better. He's gotten back to almost what he was last year with us. Because when he came on strong with us last year. I mean, he was killing the game. He hasn't really got back to those levels yet. Honestly, like the way I would build the team, I would have him and Havertz probably. Even though Kulu again has been playing really good in the midfield, but I think Havertz and Matters as like an attacking presence right there, and just having the one holding midfielder there, like that would open up a lot, I think. And not having Havertz at striker would be good, and having him as a floater, you can move Havertz everywhere. He can be everywhere on that top line. But that's just me personally.
I mean, yeah, I guess I'll agree. Just because obviously we can't include Declan in this conversation, we can't include Odegaard. If the situation was different, then obviously I'll include both of them in that midfield easily. Obviously, we're talking about players that are available to play. So I'll give you
Yep.
Madison. Havertz hasn't been playing that midfield role this season. And I feel
No.
like that midfield will be a little exposed if you actually would put it in a game time, in a real
Mhm.
game time. Like imagine having Madison and Havertz in the midfield and Partey noodle legs out there like trying to defend. Nah, bro. He looks bad just with Declan out there, and Declan's more defensive midfield than Havertz and Madison are. But I mean, I'll give you that if we're trying to,
Put a
That's all
team
I'm
together,
saying.
yeah, right?
You
Like
know what I mean?
trying to put the best of what's available. Unfortunately, right now for both teams,
Yep.
that's a department where there's much to be desired. Well,
You
let's
know what I
move
mean?
on. Let's move on. Left wing.
I mean, I think the wings are the easiest. I mean,
Yeah,
we can just get
right.
those out of the way. I mean, obviously
Okay.
Saka and obviously Son.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Um,
I'm glad you did that.
and that's why it's like the front three. That's why like I say Havertz because honestly, like you may like it or may not like it, but if Dom Solanke is ready to go, then he's your striker, and that's why you would play Havertz and Madison right behind him, and you have five forwards attacking. That is literally the Ange way right now. It's what we did against Everton. We had all five attacking players pressing, and that's why we won 3-0 because we were absolutely dominant.
against who
So
again?
that's why I could see that.
Against who again?
Everton,
Oh, they're right.
gotta love it.
Who?
But we were hey, even against Leicester, even against Newcastle, we were dominating those games. We just couldn't finish because we
Jamie
have
Vardy up top, bro. Fucking give him a Red Bull, and then that's it.
bro. He just wants to party so hard.
That's it. Yo, that's crazy.
Um,
No, I mean, like you guys are alluding to. I mean, it looks like it's a pretty even combined 11 at the moment.
What
Um,
would
those
you say
injuries,
anything different, Luis? Would you say anything different at that striker position? If obviously if you put Havertz there, then who would you replace him with in the midfield? You know what I mean? That's the only reasoning why I was thinking that. I mean, you would put Jesus in there? No way. We put Gabriel in there.
he hasn't played
No
either.
way.
Eddie and Ketju.
Oh my
Oh God.
God.
We
Defense
might as well move
trouble.
Son to striker and put Truss back on the left field.
No, I mean, I guess if we're putting Havertz in the midfield role, then I guess it has to be Solanke because Jesus, obviously, we don't know if he's playing actually. And we don't even know if Solanke is playing either.
You know what I
So,
mean? So that's why it is tough. I get it.
Yeah.
Trossard.
Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, he's been playing out of his mind. He's got a goal and assist every single game.
Nance comes
Truss.
in.
So
But he doesn't do shit as a starter, which makes no sense. A super sub.
he's a super sub.
That's funny.
Oh, we didn't even mention Sterling again, though. I mean, but it's tough to put him in.
He hasn't
I'm not starting. I know, and I'm not starting him over Son. I'm not starting him over Saka. And I'm not starting him like that. Would be the only thing is maybe putting Sterling on the left and Son in the middle. But even at that, I would still rather Dom in the middle. But that's just me personally. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree. Let me ask you guys
Yeah.
before we move on. What's the score prediction for Sunday's match?
No way. If you don't think we're going to score a goal, you're out of your mind.
You said 2-0?
It's not. It's maybe 2-0 for us. 2-0 for us. Nah. It's definitely going to be around. There's definitely going to be potentially 5 goals scored. I think this weekend.
3-2.
Yeah,
What's
something like that.
What's the under on this game?
I bet it's 1.5.
It's like and I know it's well, I don't know the over and under, but I know it's plus money for either team. So
Yeah,
the books probably have a draw going.
I bet it's a minus 115 draw. Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, okay, so you're saying 2-0, Luis, and then you're saying 3-2, Andrew?
I just think that there's going to be a lot more games than just 2 goals in this one. I definitely think that both teams have started off strong. Now, our results haven't, had that be a thing, but we have started off strong. We've had the most touches in the opponent's boxes than anyone else in the league, which is huge, especially against City. So I don't know. I just see that we will score a goal. You guys will counterattack and score a goal. We will score a goal. You guys will counterattack to score a goal. Like I can just kind of see that being a theme throughout the game is once one team gets up, the other one's going to bounce back. Then the other team's going to come back, and then the other one's going to bounce back. But that's just my opinion, just what I've seen in the past. But we'll never know.
I was just like banter aside, like I think it's gonna be a lot of goals just because those midfields and both teams are exposed. And I'm hoping for a great game. I really hope no one fucking. I don't think I don't think either team's gonna park the bus just because of the situations. You're saying it's gonna be a down game.
High line.
You think
Dude,
Arsenal?
what you guys did that? You guys had a full starting 11 in spring, dude, and you guys literally parked the bus against us. We had possession. We had possession the entire game. You guys were just like, oh, we gotta sit back because you guys were trying to chase the title, and you guys weren't playing like like yourselves.
Yes,
So
they're
I don't
playing
know.
smart. They're playing smart.
I guess you play that smart, but I mean, I guess a Tottenham team it's low blocks, but Everton tried to do the low block. I don't know, you guys aren't Everton, but they tried to do the low block against us. They did not succeed. We then moved the next week against Newcastle. We didn't think they were going to do a low block, but they did. They succeeded, and but this time I don't think Ange is prepping for you guys to do a low block. Now he probably is taking what happened in spring and was like, oh, there's a potential that you guys don't have your starter players. Maybe you guys are a little bit more defensive. So maybe he starts his 5 forwards. It's going to be very interesting to see. I think Kulu and Madison start in those 10 spots, to be honest. But maybe not because maybe Madison, not Madison, sorry. Basuma isn't playing and we have to start Bentancur and Madison and Sarr. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So 3-2 Spurs. I'm assuming, Andrew, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. We'll see. Before we move on to my last question that I have for you guys, do you guys want to do a bet?
I mean,
The opposing jersey.
I itch for bets, bro. What are we talking about?
That's
I
funny.
think we did one last year, and didn't I have to put a jersey on? I think I had to put a jersey on one time when we recorded an episode.
We'll see. We'll see. We can revisit it. We can revisit it.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we get
We gotta
to.
do it
Hopefully
now.
we can.
We gotta do it now. We gotta do it now. It
Yeah,
has to be on video.
that's. I
Okay.
mean, dude, I'm telling you, like, I think we're gonna probably do another
Jersey
episode
swap?
next week. So, I mean, I think
Okay.
we just.
Yeah,
I
the
think
bet
that's.
is whoever. If Tottenham wins, then I'll wear a Tottenham jersey.
I don't think I have one big enough.
Damn, bro, that's
I'm
crazy.
just fucking with you.
Sweater.
Damn, bro.
Andrew's don't worry, it's not an
I'm a
insult. He's like a
leprechaun,
punk man.
bro. I'm a small leprechaun.
Yeah,
What
he's
do you
like
want
a
me to do?
bug.
Shit, I'm gonna have to stretch that shit out, bro.
If anything, that's a diss on me
Hey,
for
Drew,
being
You
so
gotta bring those
small.
arms out.
You
As long
gotta
as you
wear the
stretch
jersey.
out
You
your
gotta wear the
arms,
jersey though. You gotta wear the jersey though. If he's willing to wear it, you gotta wear one too.
I've already worn
that's
an
just
Arsenal
gonna fucking
jersey.
fit on one shoulder, bro. That's just gonna
Okay,
fit on one shoulder.
or around the neck or something. Or look, how about this?
I got something he can wear.
Because we're doing backgrounds. Because we're doing backgrounds, we could do
We could do that too.
first background.
We could do that too.
It's fine. We'll do that.
Cool. We'll do that, and then same
And
thing.
it'll be like a picture of the game.
Yeah,
whatever moment was the most decisive
or the
moment.
score line or something. Yeah, we'll figure it out. And then my last question for you guys: what are the expectations for your clubs this season? Is it top four? Is it winning the league? Is it winning a trophy? Andrew, you can start.
So, I mean, I'll kind of answer for both parties. I mean, obviously, Luis will have his own opinion. I just feel that we already know that Arsenal is trying to win a league title to be exact, and I think that's their expectations. But I think realistically speaking, both of us should be fighting for top four. You guys should have a little bit more in the bag than us, and I think both of our clubs are trying to somewhat win a trophy of some sort. Now, I think you guys are. I think in the Premier League more than anything else. Obviously, Champions League would be great, but I mean, we'll see about your thin squad if we can do both at the same time. To be honest, but I think that both teams are looking to obviously finish in the top four. Arsenal a little higher than us. I'm hoping at least top six. It should be good for us. And as long as we make a final, I think we should be happy. I know we should be wanting to win, but I've kind of like taken a step down from my expectations of watching the best Tottenham years of my life. And they never won anything. So why should I think that this Tottenham team is going to win something? So I'm going to be realistic and say if we make a final, I think that's a great progression to what we were last year. And top six even would be, a little disappointed. Top four is where we need to be in the year-to-year basis, but the league is getting tougher and tougher every year. So,
It is.
that's what I got.
Luis?
Yeah, give me the fucking Prem or give me the Champions League. There's no ifs or buts anymore, dude. It's 2 years in a row choking the fucking league, and I get it. We can make fucking excuses left and right, and I'm fucking tired of it, dude. But if we don't win it, bro, I'm gonna be sick. Like it's already. I know we're already starting off a low point by getting a draw, having all these injuries, having a thing squad. But I don't give a fuck. I'm done with excuses, bro. Just win this shit, bring it home, or fucking go to the UCL final and fucking find a way to win, bro. I don't top four, like fuck out of here, like dude. I'm tired of seeing City winning. I don't care who you support. United fans slopping City away. Like they're happy as shit when they win. Like I'm tired of it, dude. I say our expectations, and they are like everyone would agree. It's winning the title, bring something home. And
Yeah.
don't give me no FA Cup. Don't bring me Chupacabra Cup or whatever the fuck there is. The fucking
The Tiger Cup.
or the UCL.
It's almost like you sound like a Tottenham fan, bro. You want to come join us, dude? You can come join us if you like. It's all right, dude.
You don't even
It's
have a
all right, bro.
Chupacabra.
I mean, I'm just saying, we've been close for so many years, and you know what? We didn't win anything, and now it's happening to
If it wasn't
y'all.
for
But
that balls
FA,
fucking fraud Pep Guardiola, bro, he's not a fraud. Obviously, we would have fucking won this shit.
130 accounts, 130 counts, baby.
We're
Woo!
we're gonna see the result of
Bro, that shit's gonna be a fucking slap on the wrist, my
I
guy.
think
That
so
shit ain't
too.
gonna do anything. They're gonna be like, here, bro, pay you under.
Wait till the end of the year
Yeah,
to
that's
give
true.
it, because they can't just like let
They're gonna see.
Arsenal
They're
win.
gonna. They're gonna see the table and they're gonna be like, all right. So there's like one game left. We'll just give him like a point above them or some bullshit. They're gonna. Their math is gonna fucking be.
Or they're literally going to hand you guys the win.
And, okay, is that and
Don't take
that's
Liverpool out the situation because Liverpool is fucking playing amazing, bro.
yeah,
For
yeah,
now. For
that's
now.
true.
Yeah, for
That's
now.
true. We
For
can't
now.
count Liverpool. They've been playing out of their mind.
What happens when Salah goes down injured?
I mean, it's
You know what I mean?
Say the
that's
same thing about
We'll
theoretical.
Arsenal.
see.
That's
What
theoretical.
happens when Saka goes down, bro? I've been saying
But,
this shit for
It's
fucking
true.
years.
yeah.
Now we have Sterling,
Yeah.
so we'll see. And but that's the
Oh,
thing, Luis. That's
taking
the
on a
other thing.
32-year-old.
Let,
Woohoo!
let me ask you this. I know I said that was my last question, but you
Yeah.
made a great point. What happens, right? Theoretical, right? This is theoretical. If Man City do face a deduction, right, and Arsenal do end up winning the league off of the deduction, do you think you get respect from the fans or from world that Arsenal deserve the win, or is it going to be one of those things where it's you guys got blessed because they got a point deduction? And do you
Well,
honestly care?
I don't give a fuck. If we win that shit with point deductions or no point deductions, bro, I'm fucking celebrating. I'm getting drunk all week. Like I'm calling off for 2 weeks, respectfully. Like, dude, I don't even know what I would do. It's been so fucking long, bro. I would fucking cry. I don't know what I'll definitely cry. I don't know what I would do. But nah, dude, for sure. Like, even if we win with the point deductions, like I
Oh,
still taking, and I know they'll like fucking cook us, and they'll be like, oh, like
Yeah,
yo, there's a point deductions. At the end of the day, we ended up playing 38 games, or we ended up beating these amount of teams, and no one else could do it. So fuck off, Like
exactly. And I mean, obviously, City, if they're getting punished, they're getting punished because they were cheating. So honestly, it should still be
if
warranted
City
because
wasn't cheating, we would have won the last two, and Liverpool would have had the other one. So we
correct,
can play this game back and forth all day long. I'm taking the fucking dub, like
exactly,
COVID Cup that Liverpool won. I don't care how much they won by, but it's still a COVID Cup,
exactly, 100%. And with that, I think we can wrap it up, guys. Thank you. Appreciate your time. Honestly, I'll link your profiles under on the description, guys. If you guys enjoyed the episode, make sure you leave a like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you follow, make sure you comment. Let us know what you want to hear. Let us know if you have any sort of rebuttals or anything like that. We'd love to hear it. We'd love to talk about it and discuss it. And like I said, good luck, Arsenal. Go Arsenal. Let's see.
I
Peace.
can't wait for next week when we bring it in your face.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
The
All right.
Williamsburg.